Today, I'm going to be playing 100% of Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe, a remake of the classic Papa's game with new and updated graphics, storylines, characters, ingredients, and more. To reach full perfection in Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe, we'd need to unlock all 40 pizza specials, serve all 151 customers, complete all 90 sticker achievements, and, of course, get a perfect 100% service day. As usual, I created Bighead Charlie, the perfect human and employee, and jumped straight into the action. Bighead Charlie's promotion. Oh. And this time around, we'd already secured a job as Papa's delivery driver. I have my own sign and everything. I feel respected in this Papa universe. As you may know, though, stability in the workplace is not one of Papa's strong suits. And on this particular day, Papa had just up and gone on an adventure, leaving me, the delivery driver, in charge of the whole joint. You know what? I take back what I said about feeling respected. Not even an in-person conversation, just a note. With not even a pay raise to compensate for this unexpected promotion, I swiftly began my on-site training, making a plain old pepperoni pizza for Kingsley. This consisted of a traditional crust, classic marinara, Papa's signature cheese blend, and 8 whole pepperonis cooked at a medium bake. I cut this masterpiece into 4 even slices, and when I served it up, Kingsley rated my first pizza a 99. Not necessarily bad, but remember, we're striving for perfection. And I mean, with a simple pizza like that not reaching the bar, I definitely had my work cut out for me. Not as hard as Sushiria. We've been to the lowest we can go, I think. Unfazed, I moved on to L's order. A crispy crust with 4 mushrooms on the left and 4 onions on the right, carefully cut into 8 even slices. Yes! Let's go! Okay. And with my first perfect order under my belt so early, I took on our first after-work minigame, which just so happened to be one of my favorites, Mitch's Mess. Is the layout different? The layout's feeling super different. Mitch had definitely gotten messier since last time, which, good for him, you know? After winning all 3 rounds, I placed my prizes by the counter in a pathetic attempt to boost my waiting score before welcoming Janana. Historically, welcoming Janana has always been accompanied by the introduction of some type of banana ingredient, but it was far too early to start adding fruits to the pizza. Thankfully, though, her topping of choice was banana peppers. Just 3 of them, to be exact. I had no clue how to place 3 peppers on 1/4 of the pizza, but I tried my best and admired my work as it baked. Until I realized I had no doorbell yet, and a line was swiftly forming at the counter. After serving off Janana's pepper pizza, I started working my way through the line and accidentally gave Taylor 5 onions instead of 6. And you know, in the RIA, that's a fatal error. This brought our first real day on the job to a rocky start, but there was one silver lining. Because this was Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe, we could actually see what was wrong with the pizzas and learn how to fix our mistakes. And let me tell you, after ending off the day with 87s from Tim and Sarge Fan, there was definitely much to be improved. But with a 90% service quality and our first promotion to rank 2 Pepper Pro, I moved on to the next minigame of the week, Fashion Flambe. I nailed all 3 rounds and placed more of my prizes in the lobby to help my waiting score. With this concerning little mushroom poster now on my wall, I was feeling optimistic about day 3 and welcome to the pizzeria our newest customer Johnny, as well as bacon. Pro Papa tip, Johnny always comes with bacon. He didn't come in with the jingle of a doorbell though. I did forget to buy that, which would only serve to make my life more stressful. We had bigger issues at hand though, namely the distribution of 8 bacon strips on the western hemisphere of this pizza. 1, 2, 3, what? 8? Honestly, didn't go too well with the banana peppers either. So that's 6? That's 7. Can I count? And briefly, I ask you to imagine you're standing in the lobby, waiting for your order, and maybe wondering who would hang up such a weird mushroom poster. And distantly, from the back of the kitchen, you hear the cook preparing your pizza yell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! I can count! Janana came in again, but this time carrying a golden envelope. When customers bring these in, you need to make their pizza extremely well to earn one of the 40 specials we would be collecting throughout this journey. So to that end, I arranged 3 banana peppers on Janana's pizza and carefully sliced it into 8 pieces, which was just enough to receive our first special, the peppered bacon. And I mean, 91% service quality for day 3, so marginal improvement there. This is the baseline. This is the bottom from which we will rise. That evening's entertainment was Hot Shot, and like with the last 2 minigames, I won all 3 rounds and then changed the special to peppered bacon, which granted an 140% point bonus. And while I was at it, I decided to check out the shop to see what kind of upgrades were available, and there was a lot to buy. Cutting guides, oven boosters, alarms, even a build meter to help with sauce and cheese. But for the time being, I settled on just purchasing ourselves a doorbell, which was immediately put to good use by Bruna Romano, who ordered a pizza with our new rustic Romana pizza sauce. With her pizza in the oven, I greeted Utah at the counter and got to work on our first peppered bacon special. I was feeling pretty good about Bruna's order, but there was clearly still room for improvement, and that much could be seen from my topping placement on Utah's order. I'm gonna say it, when you actually order a pizza in real life, they just put those ingredients wherever they please, and I like it that way. With Utah's pizza bacon, I welcomed Patrona, a character I'd never met before getting my first star on a special. And hey, 94% service quality for the day. Look at us. We're a rustic saucer. Speaking of rustic things, today's video is sponsored by Craftin' and Dinkum. If you're unfamiliar with Dinkum, I've actually played it before on my channel, and it's essentially a super fun life sim that takes place in the wilds of Australia. Like in a lot of cozy sims, you can catch bugs and fish, raise animals, befriend villagers, all that good stuff. But unlike other such games, you can also fight wild crocodiles, steal the eggs of wary-moos, and slap them on the back of your motorcycle for pure financial gain. So I've heard. I would never do anything like that. There's even an airplane. And at last, Dinkum is out now with its 1.0 release in 14 different languages. It has really robust multiplayer features too, so you can do all these fantastic things, but with your friends. Mining, but with friends. Decorating your town, but with friends. The airplane, but with friend. Yeah, it's only, it can only carry 2 players. The game really is loads of fun, so make sure to use the link in my description to go pick it up and celebrate the official release. Maybe leave a Steam review, join the official Dinkum Discord server, live a little. Thank you again to Craftin' and Dinkum for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's return to the Rhea. It's gonna get better. Once Bighead Benny gets here, it's all gonna be better. Now, for those who aren't aware, Bighead Benny is our loyal and beloved assistant that mans the shop with us in every game throughout the Papa's multiverse. And as we headed into day 5, oh yes, it's Bighead Benny time. Of course, I gave Benny his large head, pink comb over, kind of freaky, massive smile, and his luscious beard. Yeah, that's our boy. And with that, we'd added our delivery driver to the team. Or I guess I was the delivery driver, but we stopped doing delivery since Papa left. This hiring process makes no sense. Anyway, our newest customer the next morning, Espen, ordered a ham pizza followed by some Collins from Kingsley and Taylor. In the process of making Taylor's peppered bacon, I also realized I could click to place toppings. This whole time, I'd been dragging and dropping each individual piece, so clicking was a lot easier. But the joy of this discovery was short-lived because I soon saw Quinn waiting in the lobby. The closer's here. I haven't even served the first pizza. These closers, or the final customers of the day, ordered the most difficult meals and graded way more harshly than regular customers, and I had only just served off Espen and Kingsley's pizzas right before taking her order. It was super important that I nail Quinn's order, but I quickly got distracted explaining bingo to my chat. And then there's a person with a little cage that has tiny balls in it, and they fall out. Got lost in the sauce with my bingo explanation, I guess, because I completely messed up slicing the pizza and got a 55 from Quinn. In my defense, bingo is hard to explain. Then you go, bingo! And then you win a prize. The punishment for screwing up Quinn's order was swift and came in the form of Papa's Raceway. Right from the jump, Tony and Taylor tried to crush me, but miraculously, I was able to squeeze by and clutch the victory, doing the same in the last 2 races. Johnny, eat my dust. And with 3 victories on the racetrack, I began day 6, welcoming Yui and Elle, who brought in our next special. Not only was that exciting, but Yui also gave her pizza a perfect score. That doesn't happen that often. That felt good. I'm going to chase that feeling. This feeling only continued with Johnny's peppered bacon special, which also earned me the successful special sticker for earning 3 special stars and the oven expert sticker for 20 perfect baking scores. Like I said, I'm chasing the feeling. And as the cherry on top, Elle's order was good enough to earn my second special, the Tastyville Trio. With our most successful day yet now in the books, I took on our next minigame, Freeze Putt, which we'd played once before in Papa's Sushiria. First try. And with that, we had reached the final day of our first week, receiving a paycheck of $120 and welcoming a couple new customers, as well as new slicing techniques, such as this one. Like a tic-tac-toe board? Like what? What are we doing, Franco? Following 2 near-perfect orders and 1 almost 5-star special, we took on the final minigame of the Pizzeria lineup, the dreaded Customer Cravings. A horrible little game where you need to memorize and match the orders for any of the 151 customers. Patrona. I've never never met this person in my life. I'm gonna do a soul reading. You look like you would love buffalo sauce. Yes! With a new poster reading Tears of Joy, very accurate, and a sticker for earning prizes in each of Foodini's minigames, I celebrated by purchasing a regular bake alarm and the build meter upgrade. We kicked off our second week at the pizzeria by welcoming Steven, and in making his order, I was able to put my new purchases to good use. I'm feeling good with these upgrades. Definitely spoke too soon there though, because for some reason, my oven alarms never went off. The delusion? What the frick? You need to drag the alarm to the desired pizza. Oh my god, what is this hell? As you could probably guess, the bake scores on the next couple pizzas were not fantastic, and that's when I noticed, oh no, it's Jojo. It's Jojo, I'm not ready. For those that are unaware, Jojo is the food critic of the Papa universe. If you prepare his order well enough and earn the coveted blue ribbon, your tips will be boosted for the next 3 days. And let me tell you, this early on in the pizzeria with literally $6 to my name, that money and validation would go a long way. As Jojo's pizza baked, I served him another peppered bacon and officially mastered our first special. And upon serving Jojo's order, success. A 97 and the blue ribbon. Not a bad way to end the week. With this rousing success, we had made it to Thanksgiving. So, of course, it was time to put out the Thanksgiving decor, which is what I would say if I had any. We can't really decorate for the occasion. Still, I did my best with our measly collection of minigame prizes and racked up 400 lobby points. But like, out of what? Is that good or bad? I mean, by the looks of it, I'm guessing bad. In preparation for this first holiday, I changed the special to the Tastyville Trio and then welcomed in Sienna, as well as our first specialty, Crust. Oh. Not sure how I feel about the pecan crust, but Sienna seemed to like it, and I got the Rustic Garden special from Ali Kabam right after, so out of sight, out of mind. In all honesty, my pizza making skills seemed to be improving, and that night, I received a rank upgrade. A pecan professional. We need to accommodate all pronunciation. After nailing all 3 rounds of Fashion Flambe with Benny as our beautiful model, we moved on to the next day. And for day 10, we were adding pumpkin pomodoro and provolone cheese to the menu. Moose ordered this new sauce and cheese combo along with like a million other toppings. And upon finishing up his order, I tried to use these little marks on the cutting station as a temporary guide. It did not work, yet still, we continued to make progress and scored in the high 90s for all the remaining orders of the day. I feel like we're getting better, slowly. The same couldn't be said for Yuko's, but I made up for it by getting the sticker for 20 perfect waiting scores. Following 3 thrilling rounds of Hot Shot, we continued the Turkey Day festivities with the addition of turkey, predictably. I have a feeling these pizzas will go to a sweeter direction soon. Dessert pizza? You might be right about that. We've felt safe for far too long. The weird ingredients are gonna start coming, and I know that they will be. I continued to try and refine my craft on day 11 and shoot for a perfect score, but I continued to just fall short. I love that they like present the pizza to them outside. If a pizza delivery person did that to me, I'd be like really confused. They just open the box and they're like, what do you think? Though it was a rough day, I was able to end it off with an 100 on Radlin's order. One single perfect order, but it was for a closer. That seems like a pretty good sign. And speaking of good signs, I'd finally earned enough money to purchase another shop upgrade, and after consulting my chat, we decided to go for our first cutting guide. However, the only one we could afford as of now was the 4 slice, but I figured it still might be useful for 8 slice pizzas as well, so not a total waste. And when Pally came in the next morning, drumstick in hand, and ordered an 8 slice pizza, I was really excited to try the cutting guide out, but to my disappointment, it was literally just 4 notches on the cutting board. I don't know. I thought the upgrade would cut it for me or something. Like, you'd think I'd know better being 4 games into this journey. Worse still, I accidentally served off her pizza with only 4 slices, getting a 25% on the cutting score. It was shaping up to be a no good day for Bighead Charlie. But my spirits were immediately lifted when Elle brought in another special. This time, I prepared the pizza with the utmost care and made sure all 8 slices were there, serving it off and earning the buffalo bacon special. We were less than 2 weeks into our employment, but I was already starting to think about the 90 whole sticker achievements we needed to collect. And one that takes a bit of time is the loose change achievement, which entails collecting 250 coins during Papa's Raceway, our mini game of the evening. I made some headway on that, grabbing a bunch of coins, and then started off the next day by greeting Akari, as well as sweet potatoes. I can do better. Sweet potato. Sweet potato. Sweet potato. Sweet potato. The last of the Thanksgiving toppings. With one more Tastyville trio served up to Bruno Romano, we 5-starred that special and also got a sticker for perfect cutting scores on 20 orders, as well as our first Bronze Star customer, Elle. Having scored highly on every order of the day, we finished off with a service quality score of 97% and yet another rank promotion. Sweet potato hero? That's Michelle Obama to me. She put me onto it. And with another influx of cash, we were able to purchase the light bake alarm. The next morning, I greeted Zoe, Simone, and this very suspicious looking chicken. I'd never met Simone before in previous games, but she made a great first impression, bringing in a golden envelope on her first visit. And in that envelope turned out to be the works, our 5th special so far. As I prepared the final order of the day for JoJo, I started to get a bit frustrated about the grading system. I did get the blue ribbon, but my score was still lackluster and far from perfection, so I decided to dedicate all of day 16 to figuring out how the freaking toppings work. Up until this point, I'd been arranging them evenly around the pizza, but I knew there had to be a better way. Maybe it doesn't need to be like perfectly equidistant, it just needs to be in the quadrant? Penny seemed to appreciate the quadrant strategy and gave me a 99 on topping. That seems pretty good. That seems better, maybe. So I decided to try it out for the rest of the day. Do these pizzas look weird? Yes. Yes, they do. But does it work? Not really. Still trying to figure it out. In all fairness, though, a 98% service quality score wasn't bad, so we were moving in the right direction. After purchasing my first oven booster, which would help a ton with speeding up orders, we welcomed Greg, who, as his hat might suggest, ordered a bunch of our new tomatoes on his pizza. But even with my new topping placement strategy and the improvements I'd been making, perfect orders seemed just out of reach. 3% off. Getting 100 is so difficult. But I would not give up. Despite my chicken being too close together, which is absolutely ridiculous, I was determined to master the building and cutting stations. So, with the well-done bake alarm to round out all our alarm upgrades, I persisted on and was introduced to Clover, the drummer for Scarlet and the Shakers. As always, we actually had a sticker achievement to serve all the members of Scarlet and the Shakers, and so far I'd only met Janana, the band's manager. So this was great progress. Not only that though, but I also got a perfect score from Taylor, a sticker from Pally's order for 20 perfect build scores, and a brand new special from Sienna, the chicken cacciatore. Honestly, probably my most productive and successful day yet. With some solid refinement of my pizza making method done, I thought it would be a great idea to switch gears for a bit and start working on some of the stickers. This led me to the food truck, where I hope to lure 3 customers in by making their regular orders. We're gonna lure Amy, Elle, Greg. Greg seems lureable. I don't know why. Food truck, let's go! It's not lost on me how weird it is that I'm using food to attract people to a truck, but in my defense, the game literally uses the word lure, and also Bighead Benny's the one doing it, not me. I'm not liable. Benny successfully lured Elle with her favorite provolone mushroom and onion pizza, Greg with a tomato pizza pie, and then sent out a green pepper and chicken pizza to reel in Amy. That's not Amy. Yeah, we were having a bit of trouble getting Amy to show up. She's a bit too sensible to be lured. So instead, we whipped up Janana's signature order, and just like when you shake a little treat bag and your cat comes running, Janana came waltzing on by. Ooh, yes, we got the sticker. We lured 3 customers. While Janana walked away with her sad little pizza, I frantically checked how many tips I'd made from this little side quest. As a secondary goal, I was hoping to earn enough tips to purchase the Santa outfit I needed to get the Santa's Helper sticker. I'd need to serve 20 customers dressed in the whole outfit, but unfortunately, I only had enough money for the fur parka. I settled with that for now and slapped it on to greet the Christmas season. As expected, we welcomed good old Father Christmas, but most unexpectedly, with him was Mother Christmas. Wait, Mrs. Claus? Red pepper crust. Wait, that looks scrummy. 2 tomatoes. This is such a simple order for thee, the Santa Claus. This is all you want? Are you sure? Oh, the square cut. Come on, Santa. Mrs. Claus, I know you won't get a square cut pizza. I know you're not like that. See? I just knew it. In preparing pizzas that day, I began trying out a new variant of the quadrant strategy, which was basically putting all the toppings in a sort of X formation. This way, the toppings would be more evenly distributed on each quadrant, and it was actually working out really well for me. I had a lot of confidence that this technique would carry us to a perfect day, but for now, it was back to collecting coins in Papa's Raceway. With 6 tickets at my disposal, I took full advantage of each round, grabbing a bunch of coins, and then used my $59 to purchase the Christmas hat so we could officially start work on the Santa's Helper achievement. I switched up the lobby to match the holiday mood, the cornstalk stay, and ventured on with no fear. Surely, I thought, after the delicious sounding red pepper crust, Christmas could bring no evil, but boy was I wrong. Eggnog Alfredo? Oh no, it's happening again! again! Michaela, do not order the eggnog Alfredo. I'm gonna vom. Okay, thank you. I thought this was a safe space for us. I did not realize we were gonna be getting into eggnog territory. I didn't know it would be this way. Oh no, this has the eggnog. I am not necessarily an eggnog hater, but is it normal to have pink and green flecks in it? And I mean to put it in an Alfredo? Eggnog. I'm trying to think what that would taste like, and every time I think about it, I just keep going like, ugh. I mean, it's pretty vile. Even Santa, literally the world's most festive man, didn't dare slather that on his 2-tomato pizza. Santa saw that on the menu and went, no thank you. Recovering from the mental anguish of eggnog Alfredo, I took on some more freeze putt, earning a sticker for winning 5 prizes in each of Foodini's mini games. And upon finishing our 3rd week in the pizzeria, I received my next paycheck as well as a special from Zoe the next day. So, it's really too bad I screwed up slicing her pizza. Oh, that was the special. No! After such a devastating failure, I was ready to redeem myself, so I served Captain Corey a chicken cacciatore to earn another sticker. If you come into my restaurant and your name rhymes with something, you're not getting what you ordered. That's how it goes. With another 2-tomato pizza out to Santa and this monster of a pizza perfectly crafted for JoJo, I claimed my blue ribbon and headed straight into day 23 where we welcomed Skylar and added Goose to the menu. Wait, Dynamo! Is Mo in this game? Wait, that's so exciting. That just like brought me back to life after the eggnog Alfredo. This news put a bit of pep in my step and I started making some incredible progress. I nabbed the sticker for serving 20 customers in the Santa outfit, and speaking of Santa, brought him to gold customer status. And the achievements just kept rolling in as Rita became our 5th bronze star customer. Also, $40 tip, okay. With the chicken cacciatore special now 5-starred, I changed the special to the works, which would give us a boost collecting minigame tickets. I also purchased another oven booster as well as the square cutting guide because I was definitely having the most trouble slicing those pizzas. And following the addition of julep and some spruce tips to the menu, we had officially rounded off all the Christmas toppings. We were at peak festivity, and this much became obvious when Santa Claus came in holding a golden envelope. I thought, perfect, now I can really put my new square cutting guide to use, which would have been true had I not served Santa's pizza to Franco. This is why we can't get along. No, I didn't, no! Santa's disappointed little finger wag was enough to inspire guilt in my heart. I knew what I needed to do. I needed to reset the day for the first time. Oh, it's Julep! Welcome back! Oh, we got the spruce tips! Yay! I'm just hoping Santa comes back and gives me a second chance. But as much as I'd hoped for redemption, Santa wasn't willing to give me a second chance. I was definitely off the nice list now. Still though, Steven came in with the envelope and in exchange for this dismal looking pepper pizza, handed over the spicy sausage special. It just didn't feel the same. I continued on and worked through my sadness with 5 rounds of Hot Shot, getting myself just a single star away from our first minigame medal. And upon serving Janana her classic little pepper pizza, I actually served my 100th customer while wearing holiday attire, so that did lift my spirits quite a bit. Despite the great progress we were making in the sticker department, we still had lots of work to do in Foodini's mini games, and let me tell you, Papa's Raceway was not going to be a walk in the park. In my first race the next evening, Moose boxed me out of the boost panel, and in my second race, Steven and I collided with this traffic cone, causing the glitchiest pileup I've ever seen. I think we broke it! The competition was fierce. Even Santa was getting his aggression out after that botched order a couple days ago. But on my 5th and final race, I finally collected the 250 coins for the loose change sticker. And looking at our sticker sheet, we were already 20% finished. Next, I turned my attention to the mobile meals sticker for serving 10 pizzas from the food truck. And I mean, that seemed easy enough, so I hopped back into the truck to start working on it. The first pizza was whatever, but on the second one, we had some fun making a cute little guy who became unexpectedly angry with those spruce tip brows. My chat decided to name him Jerry, and we couldn't bear to slice Jerry up, so we just served him as is. And let me tell you, the customer freaking hated it. That's just the price you pay as a pizza artist. Our 3rd and final food truck pizza was not as impressive as Jerry, and was thus sliced up without a second thought, but still, it was good enough to earn me the sticker. That concludes the food truck shenanigans. With the second member of the Romano family quartet now on the roster, we begin the next day with a mercifully appetizing pizza sauce. Creamy garlic sauce. That's normal. Normal ingredients. This is incredible. But that wasn't the only surprise for the day. Santa himself waltzed back in the pizzeria with another gold envelope. This was my chance for redemption, and I could not mess this up. I have to be so careful about this. This time, I served off the correct pizza, and with a perfect score, received Santa's special. Chicken Club! Oh, like Chicken Club. Oh, I get it now. Unfortunately, there was no Chicken Club for me to join, but the good news was that Sienna's Pizza turned out to be our 20th delivery order. Great job, Bighead Benny. But, of course, it all came crashing down when I served Vincent the wrong order. You'd think I would have learned by now? I apologize. Unfortunately, my failures only continued into that evening's entertainment when I wasted all of my tickets hitting bogeys on the same course over and over. On the bright side, the next morning I got another sticker for receiving wages on 4 paydays. But we still had an 100% service day to achieve. The next morning started off with a perfect pizza for our newest customer, Claire. Then another for Rita. This streak was short-lived though, as Taylor gave the toppings on his a 99. So still a bit more practice to do on the toppings. I was promoted to a rank 15 garlic guru, but there was no time to be excited because it was yet again time for customer cravings. And yeah, in 4 whole weeks, I'd only managed to win 6 rounds of this minigame. We had a lot of ground to cover, but I kept getting the orders incredibly wrong. Like, it's almost impressive how bad I was doing. However, I did manage to guess the orders for the final round, but like always, Papa giveth and Papa taketh away. Oh no! Did you guys see that? We'll never be free. Wait, I think it's coming back. For those of you that witnessed how horrific and legitimately disturbing Cinco de Mayo was in Sushiria, I don't like where I work right now. You may know why I'm scared of this holiday. In the game, I have no qualms with Cinco de Mayo in real life. Nacho cheese on tortilla sushi is just like a federal crime. Thankfully though, these ingredients seem like they'd fit a lot more as pizza toppings, so I was feeling cautiously optimistic. And I forgot about this entirely the next morning when we were bestowed with ground beef, the fated topping that I'd been secretly waiting for some time now. Now we can make nun pizza left beef. I really wanted to make Big Polly a nun pizza with left beef, but thinking it through, I realized it wasn't possible to leave out the sauce or cheese, which was a bit of a downer. This is so sad. As I continued on with my day preparing normal boring pizzas, I couldn't stop thinking about nun pizza with left beef. I knew deep down that if I never even tried, I'd regret it for the rest of my life. So after 5-starring the work special and getting another blue ribbon from JoJo, I decided life's too short not to chase your dreams. Nun pizza left beef. Let's go. To remedy my sauce and cheese issue, I just chose the garlic sauce and Papa's cheese blend, which matched the crust color most closely. And with our beautiful canvas prepped, I pulled up the infamous nun pizza with left beef to use as a reference. What is it really like an aspiring artist following in the steps of Picasso or Leonardo da Vinci, I studied this masterpiece, making sure my beef placement was as true to form as possible. So I think this is canonically the most accurate nun pizza left beef. It's like constellations. It's like little beefy constellations. Following this demonstration of artistic excellence, I finally served off Treble's actual pizza. Sorry for the wait, Treble. Important business in the pizzeria. And in finishing off the day with 4 pieces of art burning in the oven, I received the fire drill sticker. What a great day, honestly. And as if it couldn't get any better, I played 5 rounds of Mitch's Mess and finally reached our first Bronze Star medal, getting a rare prize in the process. With the special change to the spicy sausage, I started the next day off by welcoming one of my new favorite customers of all time, Mr. Bombaloni. This is a powerful man. That's a powerful order too. Did you see that? It's burnt and it's square cut. Oh my gosh. I had no choice but to respect him. After a pretty solid day in the RIA, I ranked up to beef grinder. Don't like that. But like with Mitch's Mess, I managed to finish off the evening by reaching the Bronze Star medal in Fashion Flambe. I also noticed there was a new holiday coming up, so after buying the 2 remaining cutting guides, I switched up the lobby a little for the new year. Keeping the corn stalks, by the way, they're a permanent fixture. Starting off the new year strong as a beef grinder, I was elated to welcome Xandra and Hot Dog Bites Crust. I wish I could explain to you the physical sensation I just had, the chills that just gave me. If it's any consolation, and it really isn't, to be honest, having all the cutting guides was actually pretty helpful, and our cutting score was now consistently perfect. This only made me more confident that our perfect service quality day was approaching soon. For the 3rd day in a row, we reached the Bronze Star medal in that evening's minigame and won a Greek pillar with a tomato on top. Honestly, what could be better? Checking in for the new year, we were now a quarter of the way through collecting all the sticker achievements, and there was an easy sticker up for grabs grabs that simply entailed changing my whole outfit. And let's be honest, this was already long overdue with Christmas being over. I easily earned the new thread sticker and also somehow got the holiday outfit sticker as well. Wasn't even going for that, but I will take it. But I'm not so sure that this holiday was one to celebrate, if I'm being honest. Is that SpaghettiOs? Aren't you supposed to like enter the new year and like be better than you were? What about this is better? Hot dog crust, SpaghettiO sauce. It was only a matter of time before someone like Kingsley came along and ordered them both. Oh, it's SpaghettiO piggy pizza. I tried to calm myself and rationalize my situation. This is normal. I am not afraid. But I could only hang on for so long. Hold on. I'm gonna do a poll. Should we burn this monstrosity? And shockingly, an overwhelming 80% of people wanted to see this pizza burn. Okay, we're just gonna leave that there for a minute. So here's the thing. I can't take that off. So we're just gonna listen to it. Yeah. Okay. Oh. I cut that baby into 4 even slices, served it off, and... What? Are you kidding me, Kingsley? For some reason, I was kind of offended that he took it so well. I mean, if I ordered a pizza and it was burnt to a literal crisp, like, I would not be happy, regardless of if the toppings were correct. I felt a bit of relief the next morning upon adding fresh mozzarella cheese to the menu and welcomed Hugo and Orion, a character I'd never seen before and immediately loved. And it seemed like Orion was pretty smitten with meat, too, because on his very first visit, he pulled up with a golden envelope. Unfortunately, all my dreams were dashed when he ordered the hot dog crust. Feels different when it's Orion. Orion's like too cool to care that there's hot dogs there, you know? I felt so drawn to Orion's vibes, but I couldn't help but think, would Mo order such a wretched crust? No. Surely not. Hi, future Charlie here. Yeah, I was super wrong, as you'll soon see. Okay, continuing on. I managed to throw together Orion's order perfectly, and in return, he gave me the next special. Beefy bell pepper, hello. There was a conflict raging inside of me. Be Mo's little goblin henchman, or possibly become a member of Orion's band, Doom Brulee, and like play the triangle or something. I'm not even kidding, he's really in a band. Still though, I had a job to do, and the quadrant-based topping strategy and cutting guides were definitely coming in clutch. With 4 perfect orders served, we only had a couple left to achieve our first 100% day. But just like last time, all my dreams were dashed. Oh, Johnny! Johnny, what's your freaking problem, buddy? Get out of here. Never come back. With my hopes of perfection a distant memory once more, all I longed for was the addition of normal, non-cursed ingredients, at least until Cinco de Mayo, for my sanity. So cheese puffs were not a welcome sight. Cheese puffs! This is downright heretical. Not only do I just like hate this, but would they not get soggy? Xandra here ordered a hot dog crust pizza with SpaghettiO sauce topped with Cheetos and spinach. That's like genuinely the 4 horsemen of the pizza apocalypse. But job's a job. So I dutifully made the pizzas as ordered and finally earned enough to buy the final oven booster upgrade, leaving only the special sign left to get. I was hoping Zolo's pizza wouldn't be as cursed as his twin sisters, but then I saw that pizza poppers were being added to the menu and all hope was lost. I don't even want to discuss this one. Also, as you may recall, the square cut pizza was causing a real hullabaloo in my chat for a long time now. So after stream that day, I decided to put the mystery to rest. I called Papa John's and asked for a square cut pepperoni pizza with stuffed crust. First of all, topping score 70. Were you even trying? Well, let me tell you, it was not good. Like the middle 4 pieces were greasy and hard to eat, and then the corners just have no pizza at all. Like, were it not for the stuffed crust, this pizza would have been nearly inedible. After that experience, I felt as bad as that sad little pepperoncini looks. I began day 35 with a deeper knowledge of pizzas, and this translated to a near perfect day. I got bronze stars from Espen, Franco, and Rhonda, earning me a sticker for 15 bronze star customers, and what's more, every single pizza was perfect except Julep. The ground beef was too close together. Oh, God forbid, Julep, huh? We got perfect scores on every order except that one. Welcome to the hate list, Julep. Enjoy your stay. My mood improved significantly though when we were visited by Mitch, the mess king himself, who ordered the new thick crust. Are we gonna get stuffed crust? You will get stuffed crust around Halloween. I don't think you'll like it. It's not looking positive for the future of the Ria. I continued to pump out perfect pizzas, getting the Salsiccia Rustica special from Skylar and adding even more customers to the Bronze Star Club. Even made a pizza for JoJo that looked kinda like Nun Pizza with Left Beef's older sibling. And this pizza earned us a bronze medal, blue ribbon, as well well as a sticker achievement, so not bad for one order. But after such a close brush with perfection, I was fully committed to making the best pizzas I possibly could and getting that perfect day. Things started out strong on day 37 with perfect scores from Indigo and Tim, but it all came crashing down with a couple of misplaced peppers. I just need to lock in tomorrow is the day. The addition of red peppers to the menu the next morning felt like a sign from Papa himself, high in the heavens, or wherever he was, could be anywhere, frankly. A normal topping. Yeah, the 2 days following were filled with nothing but disaster and heartbreak. First, a mix-up with the tickets. Whoa, it was a square cut! No! Yeah! And then just an honest topping fumble. What the heck, Kingsley? I'm angry. I am angry. I angrily threw some pitches and even reached the Bronze Star medal in strikeout. And with Valentine's Day coming up, I changed our wild Chuck E. Cheese lobby into something more appropriate for the season of love. And by that, I mean the tomato column. I changed the special, purchased our final upgrade from the shop, and with this reset complete, began the next day. To start off, this tomato basil crust that Scarlett ordered actually looked delectable. I was already loving this holiday far more than New Year's. As the orders rolled in, we served up perfect pies for Rudy, Elle, Utah, and Bruno Romano, which meant that, once again, our perfect day all came down to Pete's order. Basic crust, sauce and cheese, 4 sausages in the bottom half, and a square cut. This was truly as easy as it gets. All I could do now was serve it off and pray. Okay. Yeah! Wait, do we actually do it? Yay! Oh, it's a beautiful day. 100%. I feel like a weight has been lifted. I felt absolutely liberated. After 41 days of learning and suffering and more suffering, we could finally turn our full attention to earning stickers. And the first one I wanted to go for was Coupon Clipper, which entailed sending out 10 coupons to customers. I purchased a bunch and immediately sent one to Kingsley so I could punish him as retribution. Also, cherry on top of our success, we had added prosciutto to the menu, yet another Italian ingredient on the menu of our Italian restaurant. Lucky day in the morning. After obtaining the Meteor Special, Kingsley came in with a dine-in order. But since I was on a path of petty vengeance, I put his ticket in the corner and ignored it until there were no more customers left. Instead of making his actual order, though, you know I made him none pizza with left beef. And since he liked his burnt pizza so much last time, this revenge pizza didn't even get a second in the oven. This puppy is raw. Slice it into little pieces. Can I just go rogue? Wait a minute, I've never even tried that. Oh, I have so much power. Yeah, enjoy this freaking pizza, Kingsley. Yeah, that'll make you think next time you complain about the pepperoni being too close together, huh, buddy? What started out as none pizza with left beef was slowly turning into something resembling like an Eggo waffle. And I mean, revenge is sweet. I think that's good. What are we thinking? I feel good about that. I feel good about that one. I proceeded to fail every round of customer cravings, but I didn't care. I was intent on getting my revenge, and next in line was Julep. The next day went well. We added cute heart-shaped soppressata, 5-starred the Salsiccia Rustica Special, impressed the food critic, like all great things for an Italian restaurant. But I know what you're thinking. What pizza punishment awaits our next victim? Welcome, Julep. I get it. You're confused. You're thinking, Charlie, why did you make the thing she actually ordered? Well, just you wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, this might take a minute. Like, where is it going? Where did it come from? Where is it going? Papa John. This isn't revenge. This is justice. 10 minutes and hundreds of slices later, I'd reduced Julep's Salsiccia Rustica to a diddly squatica. Okay, I'm done. Okay, that's good. That's good. Whoa! So technically we put the ingredients on. Julep waiting 10 minutes to get a box. And I mean, following that none pizza with none everything, it was kind of refreshing to welcome Kayla, add some normal pizza ingredients, and make some good orders. In fact, I was doing so well that I managed to get another perfect service quality day without even trying. I'm just that good. I'm a prosciutto pro. I was hoping day 45 would go just as well, and I mean, from an introduction with Draxon to earning the Romano Quartet Special from Ivy to our second perfect day in a row, life was great, but everything was about to change. Maybe tomorrow we'll just start the next day. Special delivery. Greetings from Scrapple Hill. To make a short story even shorter, Papa Louie was confirmed alive and staying on a farm where he ate a salad with ranch dressing. I guess that inspired some type of eureka moment for him that ranch dressing would go well on pizza too. Pretty exciting stuff. Oh god. Up until this point, Valentine's Day had been pretty normal, but as we welcomed Doan and a new customer named Astra, we were also faced with ranch sauce. And not just a little drizzle or a dip, it was genuinely the pizza sauce. Just diabolical. As I prepared the first ranch-based pizzas, I set up a poll for my chat, and a solid 59% of people said ranch on pizza was oh no, ew, oh no. As an anti-ranch household, I think I could speak for myself and 59% of my chat when I say it was devastating to be given the title Ranch Wrangler that evening. I don't even know how to do that, but all of this ranch controversy was immediately cast aside when I realized a certain someone was coming to town. Wally! Oh. They pulled at my heartstrings. For some reason, though, it feels okay to me to have anchovies on a pizza, and I think it's because my brain is so, like, Club Penguin coded, you know? That's really what I'm chasing. I'm chasing that, like, Pizzatron 5000 feeling. By the end of day 47, I had saved up quite a lot of money, so I decided to do some shopping. I like this sign that just says beefy. I added the beefy poster to my growing collection before taking our beloved Scooter's first order. Scooter's order was perfect, which I mostly attribute to the beefy poster. And only a little while later, I earned our 15th special. And this marked the final day of Valentine's Day. Valentine's Days? All in all, this holiday treated us pretty well. With the exception of ranch sauce, of course. But appreciate this sense of normalcy while you still can, because things genuinely just nosedive from here. With the Lucky Matsuri festival right around the corner, I spent a small fortune on decorations, getting the stickers for buying 8 furniture items and 4 wallpapers from the shop. And once my lobby and outfit were holiday ready, the true crimes against pizza began, starting with the ramen crust. Oh no. Someone tell me what this is. Is the crust just uncooked ramen? Or are the noodles cooked and then shaped into a crust? Either way, I hate it. For the next couple days, we continued to add strange ingredients. Oh, jeez. Kuri kinton, a Japanese dish made of candied chestnuts and sweet potatoes, sounded especially yummy. If it weren't being put on my pizza. But this one seemed to be quite a hit with the customers, being ordered by almost everyone. This included James, who brought in our next special. And his General So candied chestnut sweet potato pizza, as horrible as that sounds, was perfect and earned me the Olive Bellissimo special. Shortly after that, we also 5-starred the Ranch BLT, which was our 10th fully mastered special. Before starting up the next day, I sent an invite to Rita so we could serve her a Ranch BLT for our next sticker. You'd think maybe we'd serve Rita a margarita, but that's fine. I don't make the rules, I just play the game. With a couple more new customers and the addition of lotus root to the menu, the last of the Lucky Matsuri toppings, I just went about my day, minding my own business, until I realized Rita Ranch! Oh, thank you. Rita Ranch BLT, that was almost disastrous. Thanks to my lovely chat, we got the Rita BLT sticker and then continued to welcome more customers to the pizzeria, including some new faces. Nice. And some more familiar ones too, of varying quality. Oh, I love pepper jack cheese. That's a win. The pepper jack was actually a topping though, not a cheese option, which meant I now had a new button to cycle through all my toppings. Truly, the plot thickens. That evening, I finally reached the bronze medal in freezer putt, but the best was yet to come. Where are we? Whoa! What? Basil, first of all, big dub. Second of all, what? It was fantastic to see Mo, probably my favorite character in all of the Papa's franchise. We have history, okay? But I couldn't help but think back on another customer who had caught my eye. And what crust did Mo order? The ramen crust. There's some moments in life where you're faced with like just an impossible decision. Like either way, you're losing. And this was one of those moments. Like, can we just eat normal pizza? Still, this is my job, so I have to make the orders. And most pizza was nearly perfect. In execution, not concept. To take my mind off this incredibly serious dilemma, I decided to focus on the sticker for serving the first order last. Over the course of the next day, I finally 5-starred the chicken bacon ranch special and then immediately followed that up by getting another ranch-based special. I was so excited for a fleeting moment. At the end of it all, I served up poor Giorgito's order and obtained the sticker. Honestly though, he didn't seem to mind that much even after standing in the lobby for hours. And thanks to sweet Giorgito's sacrifice, we'd nearly completed half of the 90 sticker achievements. As I scrolled through, I noticed a lot of the ones remaining could be earned by just making some purchases in the shop. I got stickers for buying 8 clothing items, 50 items total, bought a couple bubblegum dispensers, and got one last achievement for wearing the same clothes as Bighead Benny, but in different colors. With 3 boomboxes and 10 different bubblegums placed in the most migraine-inducing lobby you've ever seen, we were officially ready to start the big top carnival. As Sprinks the Clown came strolling in that morning, we officially earned the Bubblegum Bonanza sticker for placing 10 machines, and with that out of the way, my main focus was on getting 3 customers boogieing. Sprinks, dance! Why are you not dancing? Soon enough, Sprinks had started busting it down, and I hoped Amiria would follow suit, but when I checked in, she'd gotten distracted dominated by the bubblegum machines. I mean, fair, there's literally 10 different options. But as I checked in after taking Hugo's order, we did it! Dance party sticker! With all these moving parts for the sticker achievements, I guess I kind of skipped over the fact that we'd added funnel cake crust to the menu. But if I'm being honest, that sounds kind of tasty. Maybe I am a funnel cake fan. I mean, feel free to roast me in the comments, but I'd try it. And speaking of roasting, the evening's minigame was Fashion Flambe, and as usual, Bighead Benny was slaying absolutely every outfit. Together, we reached the silver medal and then used our tips to ball out on some posters in the shop. Let's go! 8 beefy posters, and we got another sticker. Over the course of the next couple days, we continued to add customers and toppings, not the frickles, a new special from Sprinks, and a couple more sticker achievements for serving customers specials that share the same first letter as their name. Papa Louie loves alliteration, let me tell you. And hey, getting a classic pizza like the margarita was extremely refreshing, but it was only a short reprieve from the unending nightmare that is Papa's topping menu. Oh no, not the corn dogs and then the frickles all over the pizza. Kenji, come on, buddy. You can do better than that. Oh, and everybody's ordering it. That's like the worst part, is nobody has standards around here. I'd gotten totally swept up in my hatred and disgust for the corn dog coins that I completely screwed up Dynamo and Scooter's order. I did redeem myself ever so slightly by serving Mindy a mercifully corn dogless margarita for the Mindy Margarita sticker, and then continued on my quest for all the alliterative achievements. I added Capicola to Clover's order for the Kappa Clover sticker, and even repaired my favor with Scooter and Dynamo by not completely screwing up their orders. But at the end of this beautiful and healing day, I was given the title of Corn Dog Slicer. It is so much worse than Ranch Wrangler, I actually don't even want to talk about it. I think Papa could sense that I was just barely hanging on, so in what I assume is an effort to keep me employed and running the place, I was granted the Garlic Knot Crust, which sounds pretty tasty. Truly, eggnog had to Alfredo, so the garlic knots could crust. But I have a confession to make. After over 60 days of working in this establishment and playing minigames, I still hadn't even reached the bronze medal for customer cravings. Having earned 7 minigame tickets that day, though, I was feeling confident that I could start making some decent progress. Reaching into my mind palace. Hold on, just one moment. I'm not cheating. I'm just thinking back on what you ordered, which, now that I think about it, whoa, I'm so good. With this totally legitimate progress and customer cravings, I got back to the sticker grind and began sending invites to customers like Tim, who were nearly at silver or gold star status. That way, we could start working on getting the 10 silver and 15 gold customer awards we needed for stickers. Edna normally orders like mint things, so maybe like basil, because that kind of looks like mint. No, just onions. Okay, having earned yet another blue ribbon from JoJo, I was graciously granted a promotion from Papa Louie, a $5 weekly pay raise, as well as the new title of Garlic Knotter. But that wasn't all. Special delivery? Hey, all this traveling is giving me so many ideas for ingredients. Oh, that's concerning. It seemed like Papa's first Philly cheesesteak was a life-changing experience because his big idea was to add thin pieces of beef onto his pizzas. And to do so, he left me with a whole cooler of beef. A beef cooler. Well, it could be worse. That doesn't seem bad, honestly. Steak on a pizza. And steak was just the theme of the day because Rico came in and granted me the Steakhouse Supreme special. Having checked back in with Papa once more, I decided to devote day 66 to earning the Pizza Express sticker for serving Yuko's order right as she arrived. As it typically goes with these kinds of achievements, my plan was to make the order in advance and then watch it burn. Admittedly, over the course of an entire day, it was getting quite crispy. But my preparation paid off because as soon as Yuko arrived, I served it up and earned the sticker. Now I just had to do it once more in a couple days for Quinn. We had plenty to worry about between now and then though, because after finishing up a successful round of Hot Shot, oh no! Cinco de Mayo had returned. This holiday in Sushiria was the only time a video game has ever triggered my gag reflex, and I was hoping Pizzeria wouldn't be the same story. Let's not overreact, everyone, okay? Stay calm. In preparation, I put my 7 beefy posters on the wall and changed up the lobby and my outfit to match the new holiday before adding a new crust to the menu. Tostada. That was a heavy hitter. I didn't expect that. I will say I didn't expect it. As a Mexican, what the hell is that? Yeah. I mean, judgment aside, how do you even slice pizza tostada. It's a crunchy corn tortilla that doesn't feel physically possible. Honestly, I was just hoping to get through this holiday as fast as possible, so to help, I changed the special to the Steakhouse Supreme for the points bonus, and it seemed more and more necessary as the days went by. Salsa. Oh, jeez. One of my main goals going into day 68 was to serve Quinn's order right as she arrived, like we'd done with Yuko. So before making anyone else's order, I put that salsa to good use. I don't even care if it's good. If I'm being honest, it's gonna be burnt anyway. While Quinn's pizza roasted away, I welcomed Tim, who was not only 1 star away from silver status, but had also brought in a special. Nailing his pizza was absolutely essential, but Quinn could walk in at any moment, and I was busy serving off other orders, so I was legitimately very stressed. But luckily, the timing worked out, and I earned the silver medal as well as the Philly cheesesteak special. And with Tim's order out of the way, I took Quinn's charred mess out of the oven in preparation for her arrival. Okay, hush, Big Polly, hush. I have other freaking problems right now. At long last, Quinn strolled in with a pair of maracas, and as soon as she placed her order, I sent out this husk of a pizza. And we got the hot and ready sticker. With one of our most stressful stickers out of the way, and the fresh addition of jalapenos to the menu, I continued chugging away on the stickers. I put ranch on Peggy's order for the Porterhouse Ranch sticker, and served the weird Moose Man a cheesesteak pizza for the Chester cheesesteak achievement. And following the addition of chorizo and avocado on day 70, we also rounded off our list of Cinco de Mayo toppings. In all honesty, it wasn't that bad. As we suspected, ingredients that seemed wretched on sushi were actually pretty well suited for pizza. Like, I can get behind chorizo on pizza. I aced the orders for all our newest customers and whipped up Rhonda, essentially a taco, officially gaining our 10th silver star customer, leaving only gold star customers left to get. With some decent progress made in Mitch's mess, I realized I may have spoken a bit too soon about Cinco de Mayo. I just got shivers. Is that relevant? That's a lot of barbecue sauce. Feels unsafe. The final days of the holiday, we truly got some out of left field. Like, I don't see how barbecue sauce and Asiago cheese relate to Cinco de Mayo, but regardless, with one final special from Skip and his rat, it was finally over. In preparation for our next holiday season, I changed up the lobby and then slapped on my preferred summer luau attire. Swimming trunks, a tank top, and a beanie and a scarf. And I mean, let's be honest, it's a tropical holiday. We always get fruit ingredients during the luau, so we all knew exactly what was getting added to the menu on this day. Oh, how wrong I was. Let's take a moment to reflect on Hacky Zach's order. Coconut shaving crust, barbecue sauce and cheese, topped with chicken and bacon over bake. I could just hurl. And that evening, I was bestowed with another horrible rank. Oh, I'm coconutty. They didn't even try. They didn't even say coconut wrangler. I'm just coconutty. After yet another payday, we continued to greet new summer customers and ingredients. We all saw that coming. I will say, the pentagonal pineapple chunks do look very nice. With the acquisition of the Hawaiian special and another sticker for serving Rhonda a wildfire, I was feeling pretty good. But as usual, things only got worse from there. For some reason, this just feels unlawful. Like, inexplicably. After serving Professor Fitz a Philly cheesesteak for a sticker, I was forced to face the cold hard truth. I was making coconut shaving calypso sauce ahi tuna pizza, and frankly, I hated that. Honestly, my only reprieve from this pizza hell was Mitch's mess, and that evening, I was actually able to reach my first gold medal in any of Foodini's minigames. I was on cloud 9. It truly felt like no matter what strange ingredient was thrown my way next, I could survive. Okay. I think in those mere 10 seconds, I experienced all 5 stages of grief. Papaya on pizza can do that to you. On the bright side, that was it for the summer luau toppings. Nearly 80 days in, I was starting to realize this was Papa's world, and I was merely living in it. This realization had me in a spiral, I won't lie. But in my darkest hour, Papa sent me a glimmer of hope. Olive oil, the last of the standard sauces. Uplifted, I found the willpower to carry on and continue to make progress in the Foodini minigames, earning a silver medal in both Strikeout and Freezer Putt. Full wall of beefy, please? Okay. Yeah, I have like $2,000. I might as well fill the wall with beefy, you know? That was a really natural sentence that came out of my mouth, and that kind of concerns me. $1,600 worth of posters later, our back wall was completely covered in beefy, and just in time for the Starlight BBQ. Not only did this holiday bring us Marty, but it also brought cornbread crust. I'll be honest, I'd actually try that. I'm kind of a cornbread fiend. Me when the cornbread crust gets unlocked. Howdy. As it turned out, Marty was the guitarist for Scarlet and the Shakers, which meant upon serving up his order, we received the sticker for serving every band member. And after this little win, I spent the entirety of the evening very slowly making progress in customer cravings until we earned the silver medal. Definitely helps when you use your mind palace to get the answers. Speaking of medals, I felt like it would be a good idea to start sending out invitations again to customers nearing gold star status for the restaurant regular sticker. And while doing this, I continued to sustain copious amounts of mental damage from our new ingredients. I'm malfunctioning. Despite all that business, though, the days following were incredibly successful. We got a new special from Professor Fitz, added another gold star customer to the roster, and earned a sticker for serving Sarge fan of Fugatsu Konamon. To top it all off, I walked into Fashion Flambe with 6 whole tickets. As usual, Benny was pulling off every outfit, but some questions were raised when he walked in with a bird on his shoulder. I nailed the 3 remaining rounds and managed to nab the gold medal with 1 ticket to spare. But honestly, seeing Benny rock that parrot kinda made me want to do the same. 75 bucks for a parrot? That's like free. That's a bargain. I tossed my new bird friend on my shoulder and decided to name them Frickles in honor of this particularly vile pizza ingredient. It's not food safe, but it's okay. I also shelled out to get Benny a parrot of his own, Bighead Polly, before adding burnt ends to the menu, the last of the Starlight BBQ topping. We spent all of that day making pizzas with our new friend Frickles. The way he moved was kind of creepy, but I appreciated the company. And the next day, special delivery! This time, Papa Louie had sent us a postcard from Ketona Beach. Apparently, people there were baking up pureed cauliflower, and along with the postcard came a stack of cauliflower crusts. Thanks, Papa! These cauliflower crusts happened to be our final standard crust, and with them came our favorite farmer Cletus. As I got the chicken Caesar special from Wyland B, though, I began to have a bit of a crisis, wondering if the birds in the game were even alive. I mean, I learned that Perry's bird is named Tart, and Tart definitely showed signs of life. It blinked! I saw it! It blinked! That one's alive for sure. Our parrots, though, it's not blinking. It's just twitching weirdly. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't think it's alive. Honestly, learning that Frickles wasn't a living being was a bit disheartening, but my zest for life was restored when I saw who our newest customer was on day 90. Gremmy! Gremmy, baby! Oh, day 90 to get Gremmy. It was a long wait this time, but it's always worth it. Welcome to my beefy lobby. Remy was followed shortly after by little Eduardo, and in serving his pizza, we earned a sticker for serving every member of the Romano family quartet, and 1 for serving him the rustic Romano sauce. A job well done, in my books. And I was praying that I'd done my job well enough to reach rank 51 and put the Starlight BBQ behind us for good. Yes! Meatball Master! We've done it! Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, okay. All the happiness is gone. I was feeling way too lazy at this point to Google all the customers' orders. I mean, remember them. So instead, I set my sights on starting off BavariaFest right. Now, just to be clear, the beefy wall wasn't going anywhere. In fact, I decorated around it, and once everything looked good, we dove right into the action. I'm really scared. BavariaFest, is it going to be pretzel crust? I feel like it's going to be pretzel crust. Let's all be honest. I mean, I've been around the block a couple times, okay? There were a lot of interesting ingredients that came along with this holiday, one of which was Bierkäse sauce. Had to look that one up. A semi-soft, pale white pungent cheese? It's just like the worst words to describe food. As unhappy as I was to be dealing with a pale and pungent sauce, Gremmy did give me a perfect score, and at the end of the day, I noticed the barrel outside said Dunkel, so that was very fun. The ingredients just kept rolling in. We added gorgonzola, which looked kind of weird, bratwurst, schnitzel, Cajun shrimp, and in between them all, I also managed to finally reach the gold medal in Strikeout. With all of this accomplished, we'd officially reached our 100th day in the humble Pizzeria, a huge milestone. And in the theme of shrimp, we met Seymour, the inventor of Seymour's shrimp sticks. Good for you, buddy. I really like Seymour, and I wonder if he's related to Wally. I don't really know where I got this from, but my headcanon is that they're actually long-lost brothers separated at birth. Somehow, despite their different life paths, fate guided them both to a love of seafood. Which one's... I was gonna say, which one is Wally's? And then I was like, ah, yes, the one with 8 fish on it. I like to think that by adding Cajun shrimp to Wally's pizza, I wasn't just getting myself a sticker. I was also reuniting 2 long-lost brothers. I am unwell. I'll be honest, after 100 days slinging pizzas, I was starting to get a bit tired of this song and dance. I needed something. A friend who could accompany me and motivate me and perhaps even perch on my shoulder. Parrot for my shoulder. $17 though for a freaking parrot, and a fake parrot at that? In the middle of this research, I was unexpectedly promoted to rank 56. Pimento Pal! Wait, that's my favorite title I've ever gotten. I every day aspire to be a Pimento Pal. And alongside this promotion came Maple Mornings, which meant a wardrobe change as well as a lobby design overhaul. I almost got rid of the beefy. Oof. But with the buttermilk biscuit crust added to the menu and a couple generous donations from my chat, I got back to business. $18 for a shoulder parrot. I'm gonna wear this thing every single freaking day. Okay, I've ordered the shoulder parrot. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and allowing me to follow my dreams of having a parrot on my shoulder. I couldn't wait for my new little buddy to come in, but still, we had work to do. And I'd saved up a whopping 15 tickets for our visit to Papa's Raceway. Assuming nobody drove me off the road, I was confident that we could get the gold medal that evening. What I didn't see coming was my cat Clifford interrupting me. I'm in the middle of a race! Stop stepping on the keyboard! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh! What is wrong with you? It's like you don't understand that I'm a professional racer. Somehow I was still able to place first, but for the remaining 12 races, Clifford sat in my lap, eyeing a plate of dino nuggies on my desk that I hadn't finished. You can't have the chicken nuggets, son. I'm in the middle of something serious. You can't have the chicken nugget! No! In the end, Clifford proved to be such a massive hindrance to my success that I ended up coming 1 star short of the gold medal. And this didn't make me feel much better, honestly. No. I don't like that. That's maybe the worst one for me. My stomach is getting queasy. Genuinely. And as usual, Papa was quick to put salt on the wound. Egg scrambler! No! This is a pizza establishment. Despite my strong aversion to the title of egg scrambler, things seem to be on the up and up. All things considered, we only had 8 sticker achievements and 7 specials left to collect, so we were nearing the end of our pizza journey, and I felt motivated and uplifted by the sense of progress. Until this happened. I don't like it here. What just happened? Everything was normal and now it's bad. To distract myself from the overwhelming emotion this pineapple, sardine, and olive pizza instilled in me, my chat and I discussed some alternative career paths, things I could pivot into once this suffering was over. Be a voice actor for Toad. That's true. I could just be like... Oh, that wasn't bad. I accidentally gravied, though. I hate that I just said that. But this distraction could only last so long because we had finally arrived at the holiday we'd all been dreading for 73 days straight. Oh no! It's coming. Doomsday approaches. Obviously though, Halloween is Halloween. Despite your internal condition, you still gotta dress up. And in the spirit, I went on a small shopping spree for Benny and I's costumes. This year, I'm dressed up as a pirate and Bighead Benny is my parrot. And let's be honest, the lobby needs changing too. After several weeks of the full beefy wall, I felt like it was about time for a change. So I dropped $800 on these thick posters, and with all my materials ready, I began work on my magnum opus, the beefy thick checkerboard. To infinibeef and beyond. But there was still one more surprise at our door to usher in the holiday. Oh my god, I can't believe that this exists. So this is Frickles. I wrestled with Frickles for a bit to get him situated on my shoulder. Whoa, Frickles! Hang on. And once he was successfully perched very uncomfortably, we dove right into Halloween, and our first menu item, Ecto Stuffed Crust. That's right, everyone. Papa added pizza crust stuffed with ghost slime. This first picture looked like a portal into a pitch black abyss, but in actuality, the crust is a nasty shade of gray. Very unappetizing. Willow seemed to love it. I think I hate it, but everyone in my chat seemed to be on the fence. I guess if you've ever been curious what a Minecraft skulk block tastes like, this is just your lucky day. But only halfway through this first day of Halloween, my shoulder was starting to ache from balancing Frickles. I'm sorry, I've just never had a shoulder parrot before, so this is all like new to me. With a gold medal earned from a horrifying looking Radlin, we also added purple pesto to the menu. I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess it's just normal pesto made with purple basil. Not that offensive. And to finish off the evening, we also earned the gold medal in Papa's Raceway. Regrettably, I also changed the special that night to fishy fruit, despite how deeply uncomfortable it made me. But in accordance with the laws of the Papa universe, whenever I complain about an ingredient or a special, he delivers something far, far worse. No. For me, no. For others, maybe. For me, no. Unfortunately, the first customer to order the oysters was none other than Janana. I love the thought, too, that Janana is at home, but still wearing the banana costume. That's what we call dedication, and that's what we love to see at the RIA. And speaking of dedication, using my 16 minigame tickets, I was able to end the day by earning the gold medal in Freeze Putt too. Mercifully, the Halloween toppings came to an end on day 112 with these Gouda ghosts. Full disclosure, I love these little creatures. We had some pretty amazing costumes too, like Toru pulling up as Waluigi and Brody, who dressed up as an old guy. But most impressive of all, whoa. Bolstered by the joy of these funky little costumes, I made enough beautiful pizzas to get our 15th gold star customer, as well as the sticker for serving all the costumed closers. And this left only 4 stickers left to get. 3 of them would happen naturally over time, so my only actionable item was to put broccoli on Foodini's order. And with 4 more specials left to get, we were in the home stretch. The costumes continued the next day, with Alberto showing up as the missing link from like Monsters vs. Aliens or something, and Sarge Fan donning his finest gummy onion suit. But the most important order was for the minigame master himself, Foodini. As instructed, I tossed some broccoli on his order and earned the broccolini sticker. With that out of the way, it was only a matter of time before we unlocked our final veggie topping, and little did I know, we'd be getting it directly from Papa. Special delivery! Our last one, probably. Vincent, dressed as a cow who is canonically named Steak, handed me a postcard from Trixylvania. While there, Papa had found a forest filled with the most flavorful garlic, but instead of shipping a box, he showed up in person dressed as a mummy. I don't really understand why, and also kind of messed up to make Steak deliver the postcard when you were already bringing the garlic in person, but I digress. As is tradition, we watched the entire parade of the characters we'd come to love during our time in the pizzeria, and even spotted Moe's comic book shop. I will say though, the parade was weirdly sparse at times, with poor Sienna repping the Gold Star customers all alone. That was so awkward. Why did nobody show up? But pulling up the rear after 115 days of unannounced absence, Papa! Zombie Papa! I love you, Papa. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Papa Louie! With some delicious Trixylvania garlic cloves now on the menu, we had finally unlocked all the standard veggie toppings, meaning it was now time to serve a pizza to Mummy Papa. I can't believe that he traveled all over the world to like find the finest ingredients, and all he found was fresh garlic and ranch. Regardless of how inefficient his business travel was, Papa was still my boss, and I was committed to making him a perfect pizza. I constructed his order as carefully as possible, cutting it into 8 even slices before serving it up. Yes! Papa said, "This is what I'm talking about." I was given the creamy quiche special from Whiff, which I really hated. Reminded me of those nasty scrambled egg pizzas, but even that couldn't faze me because in the evening, I was promoted to rank 66. Better than Papa! With only 3 specials left, 2 new customers to serve, and recognition as an adept pizzeria, we no longer needed to strive for perfect orders. Instead, it was time to start making some crazy pizzas, and first on the docket was, of course, an everything pizza for our newest customer, Raleigh. We started off with one of each topping, which didn't seem to impress Raleigh all that much, so for our next everything pizza, my plan was to lay down a full layer of each topping. I meticulously covered the entire area of the pizza with every ingredient, ending it off with a massive pile of meatballs and sending it out to Emlet. She gave us a 3, which is probably the lowest score I've ever received in my whole Papa's career. But I think maybe she'll reevaluate when she discovers the layer of scrambled eggs somewhere in that mess. For our next freestyle pizza, I decided to take the opposite approach and make the most bare bones pizza possible, and for that one, I received a 0. My first 0 score ever. This is truly groundbreaking stuff. You're witnessing history in the making right here. On day 118, I welcomed our final customer, Didar, and constructed him a beautiful rainbow pizza, which looked significantly worse after baking it in the oven. We still earned the sticker for serving all the customers though, and for the rest of the week, I continued to make terrible pizzas, only putting the work in if it was to earn a special recipe. And I mean, I did create some true masterpieces, including a thick beefy, my best attempt at the Hamilton logo, a portrait of my cat Clifford, and also one of Frickles the parrot. In the midst of doing this, I managed to finally work my way toward the gold medal in customer cravings, and this left only a single special to collect. So while we waited, I continued to master the other specials. But on day 128, I received our 40th and final special from Pally, the Seaside Gumbo. After all this time, we'd served served every customer, collected every special, and completed all 90 sticker achievements. And to celebrate, I took Frickles off my shoulder and awarded myself with the gold medal. Sorry, Frickles, it needed to be done. And as the cherry on top to take us a wee bit past 100%, I also 5-starred every single special just for fun. Well, that is all I have for today, but if you enjoyed this video, consider checking out these 2 videos right here. They both include more horrific culinary decisions, unethical workplace management, and the Big Papa himself, so I'm sure that you'll enjoy them just as much, and I will see you there. Bye!